So if you could just tell me how you met Imam Jebara?
So Imam Jebara and I met at the multi-faith housing dinner in November at City Hall. He and members of the Cordoba School were involved, as was I, in supporting multi-faith housing. And we were introduced to each other by members of the multi-faith housing staff. And during the dinner, we chatted with each other. Later on, we had at Temple a program to celebrate the holiday of Sukkot, and we invited members of a local United Church and members of a Turkish Muslim community, and again, members of multi-faith housing invited Imam Jebara to come, and in that night, members of the community and he and I had a wonderful conversation together about his background and about what he was doing with his school and the mosque. And so we found a way to speak about each other and to each other.
That's great. And have you guys participated in any kind of multi-faith activities together?
Recently, at the holiday of Passover, the synagogue sponsored a model Seder, a opportunity for members of different faith communities to learn about the Passover meal and the ceremony. And Imam Jebara was invited with his whole community to participate. And so wonderfully, 19 members of the community came, and we shared the evening with he and his wife, and we chatted. And we had a wonderful opportunity for he and I to get to know each other, and for members of my community to get to know him. And I think all were wonderfully taken with his sincerity and his openness and his ability to communicate to members of religious communities outside his own.
Okay, that's great. So what are your impressions of his embarking on the journey of becoming the cycling cleric?
I congratulate him and applaud him. I think that there is a lot of misconception about what Islam is and Islam is not. I think there's a lot of fear of members of the Muslim community because of events throughout the world which seem to color people's perceptions of one community. Muslims are not the only community that are pictured in only one dimension by the media. One could think of many, many other communities, but unfortunately, Muslims tend to bear the brunt for many kinds of behaviors in the world, and as often happens, the behaviors of a few are passed on to the majority. And so if he is successful in helping people see that Islam, as it's practiced by most faithful adherents of Islam, are different than those that are seen in the newspapers, that would be a great contribution to interfaith communication and to Canada.
Okay, great. And what kinds of effects do you think that such an initiative will have on building bridges between interfaith communities as he progresses through Canada and connects with different people?
Well, I think his personality is so bright and vibrant that interfaith communities that are open to the possibility of dialogue will be overwhelmed by the opportunity, overwhelmed in the best sense, by the opportunity to share and communicate with a representative of Islam such as Imam Jebara. I think he is a faithful spokesperson for the Prophet Muhammad. And I think that, as always, individuals who speak with an openness about their tradition will find others who speak with open arms about what it means to be a person of faith in the 20th century. And I think he will be the kind of person who, in this kind of initiative, can really build bridges.
Okay, that's great. And any final message or words of advice that you'd like to leave?
Well, I wish him unbelievable luck. I look forward to hearing about his progress, and I'm hopeful that back in Ottawa, those who know him will find a way to take honor in all that he achieves during this journey.